Kate rolled her eyes, irritated that her father allowed such an easy opportunity to get rid of Alisandre to pass by. Father, why on earth can't you just go get the money tomorrow? Who cares if you spent it? You have plenty more to replace it. Kate didn't understand why her father was acting like he was broke these days. Did he want people to talk about him? Or, more importantly, her? Kate. Katrina tried to shush her daughter before she could upset her husband. Kate was not aware of many things going on, but it was not a good idea to make Desmond angry. Keep quiet and enjoy dinner. Do not forget, you have a lot to plan for what your father has prepared. Alisandre was curious about what Katrina was referring to. She felt like it had something to do with her, but she did not wish to ponder on it for too long. I've already started it, Mother. I've picked out the finest— Shut up! Desmond silenced Kate. If she continued to speak, Kate would no doubt spoil he was making her live with Edgar alongside Alisandre. His oldest daughter was smarter than they ever thought, and it was best to keep her out of the loop. Alisandre now confirmed there was something suspicious going on thanks to her father. They were definitely planning something, and by the end of the second day, it would be revealed. She considered two options. They were either going to find a way to cancel her engagement to Edgar, or they were going to concoct some nonsense plan to get Kate with the Duke. Alisandre didn't bother to tell the obvious fate of their plan failing. It was better to watch them sink themselves. She was relieved to see the butler returning with dinner, and Mario was right behind him with 2 plates in his hand. She could only imagine how furious Mario was for being a server. "Dinner is served," James announced. He carefully watched as the dishes were placed in front of the family, one by one. He meant to speak with the Baron about the need for more workers. The workers were behind on the daily chores because there weren't that many of them for the number of jobs needing to be done. He had been informed of another maid fired for a ridiculous reason. If they kept this up, no one would want to come work for the family. The maid Kate fired was still here, and James was determined to keep her. He could not take on any more responsibility than he had now. "Baron, I would like to have a word." "What is it?" Desmond cut into his meat, refusing to look at James. "Talk quickly, James. You know how I dislike servants talking to me at the table. Have you forgotten your place?" James was offended by the way he was spoken to, but brushed it off. As a butler and a man of low status, he was used to this treatment. "A maid was fired today by the young lady Kate. There is a lot of work to be done around the house, and until a replacement has been hired—" "You fired someone, Kate?" Desmond ignored the rest of what James had to say. He did not give Kate permission to be firing anyone as she pleased. "Have you lost your mind?" There goes their favorite phrase, Alisandre thought as she quietly ate her food. She was disappointed there was nothing special about eating at the table. Her bedroom would be much better than this. "The fool just stood there while Alisandre threw shit on me. What's the point in having a personal maid who does not aid me? I told you and my mother that she was not right for the job. Thank goodness I fired her before she embarrassed me in front of my friends." Kate was angered just from imagining how Sally stood by the door. Desmond pinched the bridge of his nose. He wondered when he went wrong with Kate. "Kate, she is the daughter of a fallen household. She is the perfect person to be your personal maid, as she has had enough education before her family was doomed." Desmond intentionally left it being cheaper to hire Sally than others. The girl was desperate to provide for her family, which was used to riches. Kate wasn't aware of Sally's background. "Even better. I don't know how she could show her face after her family has lost their wealth. She should have learned from Alisandre and hid her face. I don't want someone who fell from grace beside me, she chuckled. I wasn't aware that was the type of background the girl had, Katrina said to Desmond. She agreed with Kate now that she knew this. How many things does he hide from me? She wondered. Desmond's usefulness was running out the more secrets he kept from Katrina. The love she forced herself to have for him was slowly disappearing now that his wealth wasn't that grand. There was no reason for her to continue having a husband. The girl stays. James, inform her of it right away, Desmond told the butler. He was not going to allow Katrina nor Kate to change his mind. This was practically Kate's 100th personal maid, and he was not going to let this one slip by. Father, Kate whined. She looked to her mother for help, but her mother shook her head. Very well. I shall make her quit. Kate had many ways of getting rid of someone she did not like. If Sally wanted to stay, she would have to endure what Kate sent her way. I'll take her. All three heads turned to Alisandre, now remembering there was a fourth person at the table. Alisandre was in need of a maid, someone to report to her what was being said by the workers and family members when she was not around. I am in need of a personal maid. I shouldn't wait for Edgar to provide me with one. Not my maid, Kate disagreed as if she had not been the one to fire Sally in the first place. You are in need of a maid. Desmond now realized this fact. Father! Kate could not believe her ears. A moment ago, he was forcing her to keep the maid, and now he was handing her off to Alisandre. I want her. You cannot give Alisandre what is mine. Can I have the girl or not? Alisandre didn't want to prolong knowing if she would be given Sally as her personal maid. As a lesson for Kate, Desmond decided to go against what she wanted. James, tell the girl she is now Alisandre's maid. Yes, sir. James bowed, then went off to find the girl crying her eyes out over the loss of her job. Kate pushed her chair back, creating a skin-crawling sound at the wood chair screeching against the floor. I have nothing to say to you. Kate walked away from the table, preferring to be alone before she said something to her father she would regret. Katrina, teach that girl some manners, said Desmond. Katrina gripped her fork as she heard the faint sound of Alisandre laughing. Not too long ago, Alisandre told her to teach Kate manners. For her husband to do the same was embarrassing. Katrina refused to say anything to fuel Alisandre's growing ego. Baron, a message has arrived for you. James hurried back to the table. The Baron had warned him many times to alert him right away when this person tried contacting him. No more interruptions, James, Desmond said as he took an envelope from James. His eyes went wide, and his skin turned pale once he saw the name written across the back of the envelope. The message came from none other than William Lancaster, the man who wanted Alisandre.
To listen to the full audio series, install the Pocket FM app now.